Hi viewers, in this video we are going to see how to find the square root for decimal numbers. That is, if you are given a decimal number and you have to find the square root, let us find the square root for those decimal numbers in a tricky way. We are not going to use the normal school method, we are going to find the square root in a tricky way. Let the decimal number be perfect square number or non-perfect square number. Let us see the trick for both the numbers, for both perfect square decimal numbers and non-perfect square decimal numbers. The subscriber Deepa Kumar had asked this video. I am posting this video for that. So if you need any of the videos, you may ask in the comment section. I will try to post those videos. Okay. Let us move on to the problem. So here is the number 2025. So the 2025 is a perfect square number without decimal. Okay. So already in this channel we have uploaded a video how to find the square root for perfect square numbers using a tricky method. Those who have not seen that video, see the link given in the description box below. Now we shall write directly the square root of 2025 is 45. Okay. Now let us assume if there is a problem in such a way that we have to find the square root of 20.25. Now we have to find where the decimal point is. So normally in 2025 the decimal point is at the end of the number, that is after 5. Even though there is no decimal point written, we should assume that the decimal point is at the end of 5. So now if you have to find where is the decimal point in case of 20.25, the decimal point is 2 digits from right. That is, the decimal point has moved from the end of the number to 2 digits before that. That is, it is in between 0 and 2. So take a note from how many digits the decimal point is from the right. So like this, if the decimal point is 2 digits or 4 digits or 6 digits, that is even number of digits from right, and the number is also a perfect square number, then the decimal number is also a perfect square decimal number. Okay. But in the same time, if you are having the same number 2025 and the decimal point is between 2 and 5, that is 202.5 or 2.025, the number is not a perfect square decimal number. That is, if the decimal point is 1 digit from the right or 3 digits from the right or 5 digits, that is odd number of digits from the right, even though the number is a perfect square number, we can't take the decimal as the perfect square decimal number. We shall see about that in the video also. See the full video clearly, then only you can understand. After finding how many digits the decimal point is from the right, we shall find the half of that. That is, we have to find half of 2. So half of 2 is 1. So we know the square root of 2025 is 45, right? So here in 45, the decimal point is after 5. Already I have informed, even though there is no decimals, the decimal point for those numbers will be at the end of that number. Now you have to move the decimal point to 1 digit to the right. So we will get the answer as 4.5. Okay. Now let us solve another problem. So the question is 0.2025. We have to find the square root for this number. For this, first step what we have to do is we have to find how many digits the decimal point is from the right. So the decimal point is 4 digits from the right. First in 2025 the decimal point is after 5. Now the decimal point is 4 digits from the right. So let us take a note of that. Next what we have to do, we have to take half of 4. That is, half of 4 is 2. So the final answer will be 0.45. Since we know the answer for square root of 2025 is 45, in case of 0.2025 the decimal point is 4 digits from the right. So we have to take half of 4, that is 2. So we have to shift the decimal point after 5 to 2 digits before that. So the final answer would be 0.45. Let us solve some more problems so we will get a clear idea about that. So the next problem is square root of 81. We know the square root of 81 is 9. It is not a decimal fraction, so it's very easy, and moreover it is a perfect square number. Next we are going to find the square root for 0.81. In case of 0.81, the decimal point is 2 digits from the right. So we have to take half of 2, 1. So the final answer will be 0.9. We have to move the decimal point 1 digit before 9. So the answer will be 0.9. Next problem is we are going to find the square root for 0.0081. So in this case the decimal point is 4 digits from the right. So we have to take a note of that. Next what we have to do, we have to find half of 4. So the half of 4 is 2. So we have to move the decimal point 2 digits before 9. But here a problem occurs. What is that? we are having only a single digit. Since 9 is a single digit, what we have to do is we have to insert 0 before 9. So we will get the answer as 0.09. Why we are inserting 0? We have to keep the decimal point 2 digits before 9. But in case of 9, 9 is a single digit. So we are inserting 10 before 9. So the value will not change. We should not insert 0 after 9. We should insert 0 before 9. So the square root of 0.0081 is 0.09. Okay, is it clear? So far we have found the square root for the perfect square decimal numbers. So how to find the perfect square decimal number? If the number is a perfect square and the decimal point is 2 digit or 4 digit or 6 digits from the right, we shall confirm that the decimal number is also a perfect square number. Now let us solve for non-perfect square decimal numbers. So here we are having a problem. We are going to find the square root for 8.1. As soon as seeing the number 81, we will assume that it is a perfect square. But 81 is a perfect square number, 8.1 is not a perfect square number. In case of 8.1, the decimal point is 1 digit from the right, okay? So like this, in this case, if the number is a perfect square number, but the decimal point is 1 digit, 3 digit, 5 digit or 7 digits from the right, that is odd number of digits from the right, we should confirm that that number is not a perfect square decimal number. So now let me explain it clearly. What is perfect square? So if we are multiplying the same number 2 times and we are getting a number, that number is a perfect square number. That is, if you multiply 4 and 4, we will get 16. So 16 is a perfect square number. Likewise, if you multiply 9 and 9, we will get 81, right? So 81 is a perfect square number. Now let us assume you are keeping a decimal point just 1 digit before right. That is, you are keeping the decimal point before 9, that is 0.9. So if you multiply 0.9 and 0.9, you will get only 0.81, not 8.1. So it is very clear a number should be a perfect decimal number, that is perfect decimal square number, if the decimal point is 2 digit or 4 digit or 6 digits from right. Okay. So now it's very clear 8.1 is not a perfect square decimal number. So how to solve this type of problem? Already I have uploaded in this channel how to find the square root for non-perfect square numbers in a tricky way. Those who have not seen that video, see the link given in the description box given below. Okay. The same trick only we are going to see here also. Let me explain it once again in this video. For that, what we have to do is, let us take the number 8.1 as 8, okay, without decimal. The first step what we have to do is, we have to find the perfect square number nearer to 8. So we all know the perfect square number nearer to 8 is 9. Let us take a note of that. Next, what we have to do, we shall rewrite 8.1 as 9 minus 0.9. Even if we write 9 minus 0.9, the value will not change. Okay. So this is the second step we have to do. Next, what we have to do is, we have to take the square root of 9. That is, the square root of 9 is 3, right? We have to take the square root of 9. Next, we have to write minus as it is 0.9 divided by, the denominator should be double the value of 3. That is, we have to multiply 3 by 2. The answer will be 6. So this is the trick we have to follow. Only calculation is remaining. If we do the calculation part, the answer will be 3 minus 0.15. So the final answer is 3 minus 0.15 is 2.85. This is the approximation square root value for 8.1, that is 2.85. So this is the trick you shall use for any non-perfect square number. Let it be decimal or not decimal, doesn't matter. Okay. So if you are having 8 also, you shall use this trick. So in that case, what you have to do, you should rewrite 8 as 9 minus 1. So in case of 10, you shall rewrite as 9 plus 10. This is the only difference. So this is a shortcut method to find the square root for any non-perfect square numbers. So once you find long division method is quite difficult, or you want to save your time, you shall use this method. So if you solve the same problem using a long division method, these are the steps you have to follow. So the final answer would be 2.846. So if you approximate the value to 2 decimals, you will get the same answer, 2.85 only. You shall use this method to check for any of the non-perfect square numbers. You will get the approximation value equal only. Now let us solve some more problems. So the next problem is 202.5. Already we have solved for 20.25 and 0.2025. In that case, the decimal point is 2 digits and 4 digits from the right. So it is a perfect square decimal number. Even though 2025 is a perfect square number, 202.5 is not a perfect square because the decimal point is 1 digit from the right. So for this we have to use the second method, that is tricky method only. For that we have to find the perfect square number nearer to 202. So the perfect square number nearer to 202 is 196 because 14 into 14 is 196. Let us rewrite 202.5 as 196 plus 6.5 because 196 plus 6.5 is 202.5. Next we have to find the square root for 196. We all know square root for 196 is 14. So we shall write 14 plus 6.5 divided by, the denominator should be double the value of 14, that is 28. So if we do the calculation, we will get 14 plus 0.23. So the answer will be 14.23. The approximation square root value for 202.5 is 14.23. Finally, let us solve one more problem and finish the video. So the problem is we have to find the square root for 630.25. So here the decimal point is 2 digits from the right. But the number 63,025 is not a perfect square number. So let us use the second trick to solve this problem. What we have to do, we have to find the perfect square number nearer to 630. So the perfect square number nearer to 630 is 625 because 25 into 25 is equal to 625. Next we shall write 630.25 as 625 plus 5.25. Next we have to find the square root of 625, that is 25. Then we have to write 25 plus 5.25 divided by, the denominator should be double the value of 25, that is 50. So if we do the calculation, we will get 25 plus 0.105. So the final answer will be 25.105. So the approximation square root of 630.25 is 25.105. So if you want to find the square root for the decimal numbers using this trick, if you have knowledge about perfect square numbers up to 25, that is 25 into 25 up to 625, if you know all the perfect square numbers, it will be easy to solve these type of problems. So if you like this video, press the like button. If you find this video is very useful to you, share to your friends also, and subscribe our channel Tricky Tips Max. Thank you.